All right. So I'm going to help us out with, we are now moving on to, okay, so we have been starting to master different ways of division problems. And so what I want to do is help us with, what do I do with a remainder? Okay, because we know in long division sometimes there's a remainder. And in some story problems, we kind of went over this at the beginning of the year, but I just wanted to reiterate it again. In some story problems, we can actually split up the remainder in the case that it's like cookies or cake or create another group or add another car in those cases. So we really want to think about, can we split up the remainder or do I have to add something extra? What do I do with it? So here's our example. It is on one of your student book pages. A bakery donated 273 cookies for the end of the year 5th grade school party. Wouldn't that be nice? How many cookies does each of the 84 students get if they share them fairly? Now, this is probably a school that has more than one 5th grade, which is why there's so many students. Okay, so I really want to think about, all right, what am I starting with? How many cookies do I start with? I see 273 cookies. So we're doing 273 cookies. And I'm splitting them up into a lot of 5th graders. 84 5th graders, 84 students. Okay, and now, since you can use different strategies to solve this, but judging from being with you for most of the year, most of you like long division, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks for long division in this problem. So you take the number you're starting with, 273, and you're dividing it by 84. Then we're going to use Miss Value's trick of covering up the numbers. Cover up is 80. If 84 is larger than 2, which it is, it's not possible. 84 cannot go into 2. Put an X up there to know I already tried that. Okay. 84 cannot go into 27 because, again, it is bigger than 27. And I'm back at the start. So what I'm going to do is share with you how my head is going to work a little bit to help me with this long division. In my head, 84 is very, very close to 100. Give or take 20 or so. And 273 is very, very close to 300. Okay. So if I were trying to get from 100 to 300, I would multiply by 3. So since these are both less than the numbers I rounded to, I'm just going to try 84 times 3 and see what it gives me, to see if it'll get me close to 273. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 times 8 is 24, plus 1 is 25. That got me very close. And in my head, I know 84 is too big of a number for me to add it again. So it won't be 84 times 4. So I'm going to take the 3, okay, put it up here. So I did 84 times 3 equals 252. And then I'm going to subtract to get my remainder. 3 minus 2 is 1. 7 minus 5 is 2. And 2 minus 2 is 0. So I have a remainder of 21. So each student is going to get 3 cookies. And I need to figure out what fraction, because we can split a cookie into a fraction. Okay? What fraction of a cookie can each of the 84 students now get? So in my head, I want to think of what times 21 equals 84. Okay? And this will give me the denominator of my fraction. Okay? What times 21 equals 84? And again, this is very close to 20. very close to 20. And this is very close to 80. And that's a lot easier for me to do in my head. And again, you can do this all in a totally different way. I'm just giving you tips and tricks to help solve the problem. Now, I know 20 times 4 sets of 20, equals 80. So I'm going to guess that 21 times 4 equals 84, but I'll check. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so like I said, this is going to give me the denominator of my fraction. So each of the students is going to get 3 1/4 of a cookie. Okay, and that's all you have to do. It's as if you had drawn out all 21 of the cookies and split each of those cookies into 84ths. Added that all up and simplified it, it would give you 1/4. But I would not suggest doing that because that would take too long and that probably sounded very confusing to you. All you need to do is see how many times the remainder fits inside however many students there are.